Good evening, captains. You looking on my new, well, this is the bridge of my Constitution class. Bridge. We traveling through space as we can see. Anyway, we're about to start our third mission. And here we go. It's going to be painful, ominous. Deep Space Station K-13 hasn't heard from some time. Starfleet Command wants you to find out what's going on out there. Contact Admiral Isaac Garrett. Minimum level 6, which we already are.
Starfleet hasn't heard from Deep Space Station K-13 in a while. It's in a tactically sensitive part of the quadrant, and the brass is getting concerned. Get out there, find out what you can, and render assistance if needed. And hey, be careful, okay? This could go sideways fast.
So let's see what we're going to get. Expertise, experts. We're going to get a science officer, better torpedo, field stabilizing. Okay. Warp core. Well, of course, it's better. Some good shields and dilithium. Okay. Oh, before I do, let me go ahead and set my stations up. Oh, well, no, they're already set up. So far, I've been very impressed with Agents of Yesterday so far. I do admit it's still a little buggy from what I can see, because before it gets to cutscenes, I've noticed, or the rubber banding, or server not responding. I've been, other than those issues, everything's been quite enjoyable. I think they're probably going to spend a few more weeks tweaking some of these. Well, probably everything on Star Trek Online, but I like it so far. No complaints. See, a lot of people are already here. Wow, that's a bright star. Love the visual effects. Okay, let's begin. We arrived near Deep Space K-13, Captain. This is odd. I'm not picking up any comm traffic. No signals, nothing at all from K-13. The other ships in the systems. Scan for signs of enemy ships or activity. Sensors are detecting enemy vessels or warp signatures. No signs of combat either. There's a particular, I'm not sure what to make of it. Yellow alert. Prepare for approach. Captain, the ships are raising shields and charging weapons. Captain, those were Starfleet ships assigned to patrol this sector. I don't think that was a war game or training sim. Their weapons were at full power. See if you can raise any of your ships. Use all channels. Try whatever it takes to get through.
Stay away! They're taking control! Don't come near us! They'll take you too! Ah! The station came from the station!
Who? Who's taking control? What's happening over there? Closed channel. Message from Starfleet Command, Captain. We investigate the situation immediately. Captain Gartry mentioned the station. Bring us close enough to scan K-13. No signs of combat on board the station, Captain. No hostiles, no life form readings either. Everything's quiet. Sensors are picking up a number of life signs over there, but I'm not reading any unusual activity yet. All the station systems seem to be functioning normally. I think we should beam over there and have a look around. Have a landing party meet me in transporter room. I don't like this. No one at their duty station, not even a transporter operator. Station's not on alert. What's happening? Transporter's picking up life signs nearby. Looks like they are in sickbay. Just across the hall. Set phases to sun. Let's get to the bottom of this. Lights have been down. Those blasts on the wall are from phaser fire. There was a fight here, but with whom? No signs of Klingon Romans weapon fire, just Federation. I got a bad feeling about this. Talk to medical officer through the window.
Stop where you are and turn about slowly. I need to determine if you are infected.
Infected with what exactly?
Neural parasites. A life form last encountered by the crew of the Enterprise at Deneva Colony. Those possessed by the creatures tend to engage in hostilities with the uninfected. The better to render them fit for infestation.
Well, you can see we're friendly, Ensign.
Temet, and while you have not engaged in hostilities thus far, I have seen infected employ false passivity in order to lure unwary prey. A tricorder scan of your adrenaline levels should verify your status.
Illogical, precautionary, Ensign. Scan away.
Scans show a slightly elevated level of adrenaline, though nowhere near that of an infected life form. Thank you for your patience. One can never be too cautious where these parasites are concerned.
Tell me more about them. I want to know, what are we dealing with?
They are a life form that propagates by infiltrating the nervous system of a host creature. Through this neural link, they can compel their host to obey their bidding. They can also inflict extreme pain upon the host at will, and do so to discourage attempts at resistance. While effective, this punishment can lead to permanent neurological damage or death. At this time, most of the station personnel have become infected. While there is a possibility of uninfected survivors, I must warn that it is remote.
I see. Any recommendations, Ensign?
According to Starfleet data files, the parasites can be safely destroyed by exposure to high-intensity ultraviolet light. My attempts at reconfiguring the station's lighting thus far have been unsuccessful. I am a physician, not a habitat engineer.
I see.
As a precaution, I have developed a serum that can render a person toxic to the creatures. However, medical supplies here are limited. I have enough serum to inoculate your landing party and one other person.
I'll take any edge I can get. In the meantime, I'll see if we can find anyone else via comm system. Static. And station response.
Now there's a voice I wasn't expecting. I take it you heard my distress call then. Well, in case you haven't noticed, the station's been overrun by neuroparasites. The wee devils are back with a vengeance.
So I see. We're safe up in the sickbay. Can you join us here?
I'm afraid not. I'm in the auxiliary control room down on the engineering deck. The place is filthy with parasites, so you'll understand if I don't go out for a wee jaunt.
Understood, Scotty. We make our way to you. Nimoy out.
I have secured a small amount of security gear. It may give you another edge against the parasites.
Excellent, Ensign. You're with us. Let's gear up and head to engineering. Okay, let me see. Has better gear. Already has better weapons. I already has better. Let's see what I got. Get the health. I'll take this. Maybe giving it up, but it's worth it. Got that. Let's see if we can. I'll take this. Better than that. Replace that. Okay. Okay. Wow. Look at the sick bay. Oh, can't go past this. Okay. Wow. Okay. Let's get back on mission.
We may be able to gain useful knowledge by scanning one of the infected. We should consider taking some scans from the infected. While I have committed Dr. McCoy's data on the parasites to memory, we may be able to learn something useful from a more in-depth medical analysis.
Good thinking, Ensign.
The creatures continue to be resistant to tricorder scans, sir. It may be fascinating. I'm detecting an unusually high level of tachyons nearby. Based on these readings, it is possible that a temporal event has occurred on the station within the last 4.2 hours.
Fascinating indeed. Let's keep going. Let's see. Red shirt always dies.
auxiliary control station is down the hall to our right. I'm reading a single human life form within the room. Her biosigns match those of Commander Scott in the Starfleet Medical Database.
Let's not keep him waiting then.
Hi there. It's good to see a friendly face. There you are. I was beginning to get a bit concerned. Thought you might have been taken by those little beasties. I'll just lock the door so none of them can get in while we discuss our next course of action. Now that you're here, we've some work to do. The way I see it, we need to get to main engineering and turn on the station's ultraviolet lighting. That'll sort the nasty bugs out properly.
Is that so?
While I cannot attest to the ability of UV light to sort Denivan parasites, it will initiate a complete molecular breakdown within all parasites exposed to it.
Edson.
Aye, she's a Vulcan, all right. I was trying to override the lighting controls from here. It looks like someone sabotaged several duotronic relays. We have to repair them if we're going to have any chance of saving the station. Before we go, grab yourself a kit from the crate there. It might come in handy. We'd better get a move on. The parasites aren't ones to loiter about.
Glad you're with us, Scotty. Lead the way.
Aye, this is one of the broken relays, right here. That one was easy. Just a few more to go.
Okay, let me get this set up.
All right, there are several ways through the engineering section here. Keep in mind that the parasites tend to stay in dark corners. If you want to avoid them, do your best to stay in the lit areas.
Thank you for the reminder, Mr. Scott. Let's see, get that here.
Remember, the parasites like the dark. We devils that they are.
Our odds of success are greatest if we remain in well-lit areas.
I'll have this fixed up straight away. That takes care of that. No trouble at all. This one just needs new fuses. There we are. Good as new.
Damn little buggers. Best thing to do is through here. Oof.
Now this may be a bit tricky.
Boy, that's screaming. Woo.
Just a wee bit longer. There we are.
Okay, let's see. We go back.
It looks like someone has overridden the command codes. You best get to the command center and see what you can do from there.
Alright, Scotty.
Look, who are those soldiers? They're definitely not Starfleet.
Is that the Nakul? Yep, it's the Nakul.
They're dying. All of them.
Salvage what you can and send a squad to kill the Federation vermin.
What doesn't make sense?
We need to talk.
Anyway, I'm gonna pause right this and just let y'all know what doesn't make sense. If anybody ever watched Brent Justice videos that talks about the temporal timeline and everything, and if anybody have ever watched or ever played any missions prior to the Agents of Yesterdays, you would know those are the Nakul. They're from, if I'm not mistaken, the 26th to the 28th century. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they're from the future, and here we are in the 23rd century. Anyway, let's continue. Now's not a good time, Hunter.
Actually, the name's Daniels. This may be a little difficult to absorb, but recent events may make it more plausible. I'm actually from the future. I can't tell you how far, just that it's a future worth protecting. That's why I'm here now. The aliens we're fighting are called the Nakul, and they're waging a temporal Cold War with us. They're trying to change the timeline here in order to disrupt the future. Understand that I follow a temporal version of the Prime Directive. There's only so much I can reveal to you. Trust that we're doing the right thing here. Time's a factor. We need to stop the Nakul from obtaining the neural parasites. The Nakul ship that brought these invaders is now fighting the USS Ptolemy. Someone must have sent a distress call. Unfortunately, Ptolemy is no match for the Nakul. Neither is your ship, at least not alone. We should eliminate the parasites on the ships you fought earlier. Those crews will help you once their minds are their own again. It's risky, but it's our best shot here.
We can return to the ship on your orders. the Naku off while we rescue the other ships, but they won't last long. K-13 is hailing us, Captain.
I'm transferring command codes to you now. Use them to remotely access the computer on those disabled ships and emit an ultraviolet flash inside.
Thanks, Scotty.
Please restore those ships and join the fight quickly.
That did it, Captain. Looks like everyone's coming around. The parasites are gone.
This is Captain Doherty of the USS Myrmidon. What happened?
Your crew was taken
What's
over
going
by
on?
Your crew was taken over by a neuroparasite. We have defeated them. Now we need your help to fight the alien ship.
Parasites? What? Okay, sorry. We're right behind you, Captain.
Acknowledge.
Away.
We're not doing any damage.
The Ptolemy has been destroyed. They have some kind of temporal shielding.
Temporal shielding? Never heard of it. But maybe a modulated ion burst can destruct it. Fine work, Captain. You sent those devils back to wherever they came from. We do have a wee problem, however. The burst I sent, when combined with the power source, created a feedback pulse. The feedback is creating some kind of spatial anomaly, which is beginning to pull the station in. We need to evacuate, immediately.
Acknowledge.
Scott here. The portal's collapsing. We're in for a right bumpy ride. Everyone's aboard. Get us clear before that portal blows. There she goes. I don't think anyone's ever seen a station do that.
Captain, before K-13 was pulled into the vortex, I picked up a few distress signals from inside the station. Damn, we missed some people. They're gone.
Perhaps not. After all, it was a temporal vortex. They may well survive. In another time.
Let's hope so, Scotty. Let's hope so.
Well then, it's been quite a day, hasn't it? Neural parasites, time-traveling raiders. Why, things will seem almost normal once I'm back on the Enterprise. Speaking of, I'm sure the ships here can give me a lift back to her now that they're parasite-free. If Starfleet Command gives you any grief on this, remind them that lives are more valuable than equipment. And you saved a lot of lives today.
Thanks, Scotty. Give my regards to Captain Kirk and the crew.
I apologize for springing all of this on you at the last minute, and I'll explain more as soon as I can. For now, I can tell you that history is unfolding as it should, and that was not the end of K-13. You're building a fine tradition of making the right decisions in crisis situations. In the meantime, don't talk to anyone about the Nakul or their time travel. We can't risk any further corruption of the timeline.
Understood. We talk soon, Daniels. I'm going to need more answers. System scans clear, Captain. Looks like everything is getting back to normal. We can leave the system on your orders. Wow. That's all I can say. I have to say this mission has been pretty interesting. Slowly, everything is coming into play, but it's pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and
Let me get this straight. K-13, an entire space station, just disappeared into some type of spatial anomaly? And I thought some of Kirk's after-action reports were a little out there. Starfleet Command won't be pleased with the loss of K-13, or the people that were still on board, but they'll be happy to hear about the lives you did save. Good work out there. Keep it up.
Okay.
Stay safe out there.
Okay. Let me go ahead while I'm on here. Update my warp core. Update my torpedo. Who's in need of okay, give him. Good, she doesn't have no body armor, give her that. She has a low, let's see, 43, 47, 43, 49, 43. I'm gonna give her that. Okay. Rounded out lithium. And that's everything for today. Oops, nope. Let me do my skills. Okay. Okay. Well, again, I'd like to tell everyone thank you for enjoying and watching this mission of Star Trek Online, Agents of Yesterday.